Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be recreating the pad sound from the classic Konflict-Messiah drum and bass tune. Sounds a little something like this. Okay, so if you guys want to follow along, here's the chord I'm going to be playing in this video to create this sound. There we go. Let's get into the sound. So here we have an initialized preset. First thing we want to do is switch on oscillator 2 or B. Let's make this a basic shapes as well. We're going to come down 1 with this one, and we're going to go up +7 on the semitones. Okay, on oscillator A, we're going to go to digital, and we're going to select a preset called cream here. Okay. I'm going to turn the detune down a bit like this and turn the voices up to 5, so I'm about here somewhere. I'm also going to have the wavetable position move, so I'm going to turn the wavetable position up to 12 o'clock. So let's put that on like around there somewhere. 125 more or less, 127, something like that. I'll do. Next thing we want to do is we want to set the pitches here as well, so we're going to come down -3 for this one. There we go, excellent. Levels can stay the same, but this level is going to come down because we're going to FM from B, so let's turn on FM from B here. Okay, and we're going to also put the FM from B onto like 50%. Okay, these things are all going to be controlled with like a macro. So let's set up a macro onto here. Let's make it go both ways by pressing Shift and Alt and then clicking on here, turn it all the way up. We'll do the same thing with the wavetable position. Let's just name these so we know what's going on. Macro here is going to go to wavetable position, Shift and Alt, do that, turn it up. Let's just call this WT for wavetable. There we go, excellent. I'm going to have the wavetable, because these are going both ways, we want to make sure that we're going to have the FM on 0 actually, but I'm going to have the wavetable slightly up, like there somewhere. Next thing we're going to do is turn on a filter, so let's turn on the filter. We'll have MG low 12 on this filter. We're going to turn it down to around about here somewhere. We're going to automate this as well. Let's automate this something like that, maybe around about here somewhere. And we'll turn that on to there. We'll put this on 4 bars, I think. So it comes up. We'll put it on envelope mode. Let's just turn this down to about there, and we'll have this coming to around here to around 2 o'clock. That'll do. Excellent stuff. Next, we want to turn on key tracking as well. So there's key tracks. And we also want to put the sub oscillator through here, because we're going to turn this on. We're going to select square wave, and we're going to come down, I think, -2, something like that. Let's go -2, shall we? And let's turn down the actual level of this, so we can have this on if we want or off if we want. Excellent stuff. Okay, so far so good. Let's just check this sound. It will probably sound horrible to start with. That's what we got so far. Okay, so we're going to need to add a few more things just to get the sound going. So let's turn on the noise as well. The noise can be turned down a bit to around like about 8 o'clock, something like that. Okay, perfect. We're going to leave that as it is, so that's just going to be very subtle. Okay, and next thing we want to do is add some effects. So let's just go into the effects. Let's add a bit of chorus to start with. In the chorus, we're going to turn we'll turn up this one here a little bit, but we're also going to automate this with one of these here. So let's go here, let's do that, and let's put this on like 2 bars. Let's set that to come down a bit for this one, so it comes down to around there somewhere. We want it to be on high as well, so we'll have that, and we'll turn this down a little bit around about there somewhere. Everything else can stay the same. The next thing we want to add is a bit of reverb, which we're also going to modulate with that LFO. So let's just put this LFO onto the mix, and we'll turn the mix down a bit, and we'll have it coming to around about 12 o'clock somewhere here. Okay, perfect, excellent stuff. We also want to turn the low cut up to about 9, something like that there. Excellent. Okay, next thing is to add a bit of EQ, because we want to be able to take some of this bottom end out. So we're going to add a low cut there. Let's bring this back a little bit here somewhere. Q can come down a bit. What we'll do is we'll set a macro to this frequency here as well, so that this one can kind of move about a bit. We'll have that maybe about there somewhere. So take a bit out of it. Let's just call this EQ so we know where it's going to. Lovely. So next thing after we've set up our macro on the EQ is we just probably let's add a delay at the end just to give it an extra little bit of life. Have it on here. Pretty much keep it as it is. We might turn the cut down a bit here, so let's just move this like to around about here somewhere, something like about there, I'd say. Yeah, that will do. Excellent. Let's also add a tail just to the amp envelope, so we'll put the tail up to around about here somewhere, so we get a bit of a tail to the sound when we release the keys. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're pretty close, right? We're pretty close to the sound that we were looking for. We could play around with a few things, like the CQ could come down a bit. Could add a bit of drive to this EQ, to this filter, sorry. Don't know why I'm saying EQ. Let's add a bit of drive to this filter as well, just to give it a bit more presence. There we go. About here somewhere. And there somewhere. Okay, let's check it out, see what it sounds like with the vocal sample. Okay, cool guys. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you in this video, was how to create sort of atmospheric kind of pads, basically. So what we're using here is we're using the effects, we're using chorus, we're using reverb, delay. We're taking out a bit of bottom end with the EQ here. We've added some macros so we can kind of tune the sound. If I press play and I play around with some of these macros, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so we get some quite nice effects with that macro. Wavetable position, we can change the wavetable position. Makes it a bit deeper. So we can get nice atmospheres like that. You see, if we take out the lows if we want as well. Remember that this LFO is playing with the cutoff as well, so you don't have to have this. You could leave this where it is. We could change it a bit. So for example, it comes down so it doesn't go up so much, it just rises a bit. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something in this one. It's always good to have atmospheres in your tracks. You can create some really cool, interesting atmospheres in Serum, in Vital, and whatever synth you might be using. I will be doing some more videos on kind of drones and atmospheric sounds in a little bit more detail. The idea in this video was just to try and create a classic-y kind of sound, like, as you guys know, the Messiah Conflict tune is a classic drum and bass tune. So the idea was just to show you how you can create a pad like that. I believe the actual original tune used a sample actually in order to make the pad. I don't believe they made it in a synth, but this is my recreation in Serum of a sound that sounds very similar to the kind of pad they use in that. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Please remember to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and take care of yourselves. Peace.